quantitative aptitude question number 91 onwards. 91, question number 91. A shopkeeper purchased one table, one chair, and one bed. The cost price of the table was thrice that of the chair, and the cost price of the bed was 9,000 more than that of the table. He sold the chair at a 10% profit and the table at the 20% profit, and the selling price of the bed was 3,600 more than the selling price of the table. If he earned a total price profit of 2.5%, what was the cost price of one chair? Question is very lengthy actually. A shopkeeper purchased one table, one chair, and one bed. The cost price of the table was thrice that of the chair, and the cost price of the bed was 9,000 more than the table. Table, chair, and bed. The cost price of the table was thrice that of the chair. Let the cost price of the chair be X rupees. Then the cost price of table be 3x. The cost price of the table was thrice that of the chair. And the cost price of the bed was 9,000 more than the cost price of the table. What is the cost price of the table? 3x. Then the cost price of the bed was 3x plus 9,000. That is the cost price of the bed. That is the cost price of the bed. He sold the chair at 10% profit and the table at 20% profit. He sold the chair at 10% profit. What is the cost price of the chair? X. He sold the chair at 10% profit. 110%, 10% profit. And the table at 20% profit. The table at the 20% profit. What is the cost price of the table? 3x. 20% profit, 120%. And the selling price of the bed was 3,600 more than the selling price of the table. What is the selling price of the table? 3x into 120%, that is the selling price of the table. But the selling price of the bed was 3,600 more than the selling price of the table. Table yokka selling price kante 3,600 more. This is the selling price of the table. This much plus 3,600 more. That's why I can multiply by 2 plus 3,600. That is the selling price of the table and bed together. But if he earned a total profit of 2.5% on the whole, he gets on the whole he earned a total profit of 2.5%. He gets a profit of 2.5%. Then what was the cost price of the chair? So what was the cost price of the chair? You have to calculate the value of X. Okay. On the whole, a profit of 2.5% is earned. On the whole, a profit of 2 point. On the whole means the cost price of the chair is X, cost price of the table is 3x, and the cost price of the bed is 3x plus 9,000. Total together 7x plus 9,000. 7x plus 9,000. This is the total cost price of all the three items. On the whole, he gets a profit of 2.5%. 2.5% profit, that means 102.5 by 100. By solving the equation, you will get the value of X. X is the cost price of the chair. Okay. By taking the LCM 100, you will cancel 100 both the sides. LHS or RHS, but by taking the LCM here we get another 2 zeros. Okay. Yes. Then if we multiply 110% of X, 110x, 2 3s are 6x, 6x into 12, 12 6 are 72, 720 plus 110, 830, 830x, again 3 2s are 6, 6 12s are 72, 720x plus 110x, together 830x. Here what is x quotient? 7x, 7x into 102.5, 700, 7 2.5 is 17.5, that is ట్రాన్స్పోజిషన్ ఇటువైపుకి వస్తే మైనస్ అవుతుంది. 700 ప్లస్ 17.5, 717.5x, okay, is equal to 9,000 into 102.5. If we multiply these two, then you will get 9,000. పాయింట్ కి ఒక జీరో క్యాన్సిల్ అయిపోతే 900 into 1025, 1025 into 9, 1025 into 9, 9,225, 1025 into 9, 9,225, two zeros. Therefore 9,000, if you multiply these two, then you'll get 9,22,500, 9,22,500. ట్రాన్స్పోజిషన్ ఇది అటువైపుకి వెళ్ళి మైనస్ అవుతుంది. 3,60,000, 3,60,000. So by subtracting this, we will get 112.5x, 112.5x is equal to 0, 2 zeros, 25. 92 minus 36 is 56. 5,62,500. ఈ పాయింట్ తీసేస్తే అనదర్ జీరో వస్తుంది. దెన్ యూ విల్ గెట్ 1125, 1125 5625 లో 5 times. Therefore x is equal to 5,000. This is the cost price of one chair. Okay, this is the cost price of one chair. So very clear that. So okay, equation form చేసాం. By solving the equation, then you will get the value of x. X is nothing but the cost price of the chair. Second one, 92. Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay. Next one. Second one. Ramesh spent 20% of his monthly income on paying electricity bill, 5% on paying water bill, 2% on paying cable bill, 3% on paying internet bill. 20% of the monthly income on paying an electricity bill. Electricity bill 20%, 5%, 25%, water bill to kalipi together 25%, 2% on paying cable bill and 3% on paying internet bill. The total ippadi varaku mana percentages add cheste together 30%. 20 plus 5, 25, 25 plus 2, 27, 27 plus 3, 30%. He spent 30% of his monthly income. The remaining income he invested in fixed deposit, spent on shopping of clothes and shopping on groceries in the respective ratio of 2:1:4. He spent on shopping clothes, fixed deposit, shopping on clothes, shopping on groceries in the respective ratio of 2:1:4. 2:1:4. So the remaining 70% will be divided in the ratio of 2:1:4. The remaining 70% that will be divided in the ratio. This is 20%, 10%, 40%. 4 parts becomes 40%. And if the amount of money spent on shopping groceries, this becomes 40%. 4 parts 40%. 1 part 10%. 2 parts that is 20%. Total 70%. Okay. The amount of money spent on shopping groceries is 20,000. 40% becomes 20,000. 40% of his salary is 20,000. So then what is the question? What is the total amount that he spent on all the mentioned bills? All the mentioned bills, 30% we already calculated. So therefore 30% of his monthly salary is how much? 30% of the monthly salary is how much? 40% 20,000, 30% 15,000. Therefore he spent on electricity bill, water bill, cable bill and internet bill together 15,000. Very simple problem this is actually. Okay. Next one, 93. A started a business with an investment of 4,800. After 4 months, B joined with 3,600 and C joined with 6,400. At the end of the 8 months from the start of the business, A withdraw 800 rupees, B withdraw 500 and C withdraw 400 rupees. What is the respective ratio in which the profits should be distributed among A, B, C at the end of the 2 years? At the end of the 2 years, this is keep in mind the business for 2 years. A started a business and after 4 months B and C join. A started a business after 4 months B and C join. A started the business with 4,800 rupees. After 4 months B and C joined with 3,600 and 6,400. These are their respective investments. Okay. At the end of the 8 months, from the start of the business, A withdraw at the end of the 8 months from the start of the business. Business start in 8 months tarvata. And this is 4,800 for first 8 months. But B and C together, they joined at the end of the 4th month. But at the end of the 8 months అన్నప్పుడు వీళ్ళకి 4 months వీళ్ళ వచ్చి జాయిన్ అయ్యి 4 months అయింది కాబట్టి into 4. Okay. 3,600 B's investment for 4 months, C's investment 6,400 for 4 months, A investment 4,800 for 8 months. At the end of the 8 months from the start of the business, A withdraw 800. So 4,800 లో 800 withdraw చేస్తే 4,000 for remaining 16 months. Why? Because the time period is 2 years. 2 years total business time period. 8 plus 16, 24 months. Next. B withdraw 500. 500 B withdraw చేస్తే 3,600 లో 500 withdraw చేస్తే 3,100 for remaining 16 months. And C withdraw 400. 400 withdraw చేస్తే 6,000 for 16 months. By 4 cancellation. 4 cancel చేస్తే మనకి 4, 4, 4 2 times, 4 cancellation, 4, 4 cancellation. Okay. Of course, again 4 cancel చేయొచ్చు మనం. Again 4 cancel చేస్తే అన్ని టర్మ్స్ లో ఇక్కడ 4 cancel, 4 cancel, 4 2 times, 4 cancellation, 4 cancellation మొత్తం అన్ని టర్మ్స్ లో మళ్ళీ 4 కనిపిస్తుంది. 4 cancellation, 4, 4 ఇక్కడ 4 cancellation 16 times, ఇక్కడ 4 cancellation 9 times, ఇక్కడ 4 cancellation 12 times. 12 twos are 24 plus 40. 12 twos are 24 plus 40, 64. Next, 9 plus 31, 40. And 16 plus 60, that is 16 plus 60, 76. Again, 4 cancellation. 16 fours are 64, 10 times. 19 fours are. This is the ratio of their profits. What is the question actually? What is the respective ratio in which the profit should be distributed among ABC at the end of the 2 years? This is the profit sharing ratio at the end of the 2 years. So therefore, first option is the answer. 16 is to 10 is to 90. Okay, next. 94. This is very simple question actually, but that point is keep in mind. The business is for 2 years. 94, question number 94. Rupees 5,000 is invested in 2 parts in scheme A and scheme B for 5 years each. Scheme A offers simple interest at the rate of 9% per annum and scheme B offers the simple interest at the rate of 8% per annum. Respective ratio of the interest earned from scheme A and scheme B was 3:4. How much sum was invested in scheme A? Okay. Rupees 5,000 invested in both the schemes A and B for 5 years. Time period is 5 years. Scheme A offers 9%, scheme B offers simple interest 8%. You know very well PTR by 100 is the formula for simple interest. PTR by 100, PTR by 100. 5,000 2 parts చేస్తాం మనం ఇక్కడ. Respective ratio of the interest earned. The interest earned is P1 T1 R1 by P2 T2 R2. That is the ratio between the respective ratio between the interest earned. The principal invested in scheme A is A rupees. Time period both are equal. 5 years kabatti 5 get cancel, numerator lo denominator lo 5 get cancel. The investment In scheme A is A rupees, the investment in scheme B is B rupees. In scheme A, the rate of interest is 9% per annum. In scheme B, the rate of interest is 8% per annum. Time period for A and B both are same. 5 get cancelled. 5 years, 5 years, 5 get cancelled. Need not write. And the interest earned in scheme A, scheme B are in the ratio 3:4. 3 by 4. By cancellation, 3 times, 2 times, then you will get the amount invested in scheme A and scheme B are in the ratio 2:3. Total amount invested in both the schemes together is 5,000. Then the amount invested in scheme A is total 5 parts. So 5 parts 5,000. 5,000 5 parts. Each part is 1,000. 2 parts 2,000 and 3 parts 3,000. Therefore, the amount invested in scheme A is 2,000. Therefore, the answer is 2,000. 2,000 is the answer. Fourth option. Okay. Very simple question. Next, 95. 95. When 4 is added to x and 4 is subtracted from y, the ratio between the new numbers so formed becomes 2:1 respectively. And when 4 is subtracted from x and 4 is added to y, the ratio between the new numbers so formed becomes 8:7. So what is the respective ratio when 4 is added to both x and y? When 4 is added to x and 4 is subtracted from y, and operation 4 తో చేస్తున్నాడు ఇక్కడ, very clear that when 4 is added to x, x plus 4, 4 is subtracted from y, y minus 4, then the ratio is 2:1. Again, when 4 is subtracted from x and 4 is operation with 4 తో binary operations చేస్తున్నాడు ఇక్కడ. So 4 is subtracted from x, 4 is subtracted from x and 4 is added to y, 4 is added to y, then the ratio 8:7. 8:7. This is the given information. So what is the respective ratio when 4 is added to both x and y? The question is when 4 is added to both x and y, then what is the ratio between the numbers, new numbers so formed? This is the question. Okay. So very clear that ఇక్కడ ఆపరేషన్ మనకి క్లియర్ గా 4 తో బైనరీ ఆపరేషన్స్ ప్లస్ మైనస్ 4 తో బైనరీ ఆపరేషన్ చేస్తున్నాడు. ఇక్కడ మీరు అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తే when 4 is subtracted from x, it is 8 parts. When 4 is added to y, it is 7 parts. అలాగే ఇక్కడ 2 parts, ఇక్కడ 1 part. ఇక్కడ 4 సబ్ట్రాక్ట్ చేసిన తర్వాత 8 parts అయిందంటే ఎప్పుడైతే 4 తో ఆపరేషన్ వస్తుందో resulting numbers must be multiples of 4s. ఇక్కడ కానీ the resulting must be multiples of 4. That point is keep in mind. This is very clear that. Why? Because 4 is subtracted from x, 4 is added to y, then the ratio is 8:7. The resulting numbers must be multiples of 4s. Why? Because the operation is on 4. 4 తో ఆపరేషన్ చేస్తున్నాడు కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ 4 సబ్ట్రాక్ట్ చేసిన తర్వాత 8 పార్ట్స్ అయింది. 8 4s are 32 కాబట్టి x must be 36 అయి ఉండాలి. అలాగే ఇక్కడ 4 యాడ్ చేసిన తర్వాత 7 పార్ట్స్, 7 4s are 28 అయితే ఇది 24 అయి ఉండాలి. అంటే 4 యాడ్ చేసిన తర్వాత 24 plus 4 28, 7 4s are 28, 36 minus 4 32, 8 parts, 8 4s are 32. So ఇదే ఇక్కడ కూడా సాటిస్ఫై అయితే x is 36 and y is 24, that is confirm. ఇక్కడ మనం సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తే x is equal to 36 plus 4 40, ఇక్కడ 24 y is equal to 24 సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తే 24 minus 4 20, 36 plus 4 40, 24 minus 4 20. This equation satisfies, both the equations satisfies 36 and 24. X is equal to 36 plus 4 and y is equal to 24 plus 4. So x is equal to 36 and y is equal to 24. Definitely x and y are the multiples of 4. Operation 4 తో జరుగుతుంది కాబట్టి. Therefore 40 by 28, this becomes 10 by 7. This is the ratio. When 4 is added to both x and y, then the ratio becomes 10:7. Therefore the answer is 10:7. Fifth option is the answer. Is it okay? Very good. Next one, 96. 96. Two men and three men working 7 hours per day can finish a piece of work in 5 days. Four men and four women working 3 hours per day do the same work in 7 days. Find the number of days in which the work can be done by 7 women only working 4 hours per day. సో టైమ్ అండ్ వర్క్ లో రెగ్యులర్ క్వశ్చన్ ఇది, బట్ దీనికి ఒక డిఫరెంట్ అప్రోచ్ మనం ఫాలో అవుదాం. టూ మెన్ అండ్ త్రీ మెన్ వర్కింగ్ 7 hours per day can finish a work in 5 days. Men, women, 7 hours per day, 5 days. మనం కంప్లీట్ అవర్స్ లో కన్వర్ట్ చేద్దాం. 5 days 7 hours per day, 7 hours per day 5 days అంటే 35 hours. అవర్స్ లో కన్వర్ట్ చేద్దాం. నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ అవర్స్ దే వర్క్. Men, women, number of hours they work. Two men and three men, two men working 7 hours per day can finish a work in 5 days. 7 hours, 5 days, 7 5s are 35 hours totally they work. Four men and four women working 3 hours per day do the same work in 7 days. Four men, four women working 3 hours per day, the same work can be completed in 7 days. 3 hours per day, 7 days, 3 sevens are 21 hours totally. Find the number of days in which the work can be done by 7 women only. 7 women only means 0 men and 7 women. In how many hours they can complete? Only 7 women. In how many hours the work will be completed? Find the number of days in which the work can be done by 7 women only working 4 hours per day. The number of days we have to calculate working 4 hours per day. The work can be done by 7 women only. Very good. In how many hours? In how many hours the work can be done by 7 women only? That is the question. Here, first of all, we have to calculate the efficiency ratio between men and women. The efficiency ratio between men and women. To get the efficiency of men and women, we multiply men into hours, men into hours, men into hours, 335s, 335s, 421s, that should be multiplied. 335s, 105, 421s, 84, 105, 84, difference is 21, 21 men. Once again, men into hours, men into hours. That gives men efficiency. 335s, 105. 421s, 84. 105, 84, 21 men. Women into hours, women into hours. 235s. 235s, 421s. 421s, 84. 235s, 70. 70, 84, 14 women. This is the efficiency ratio of men and women. So by cancellation 7 cancel చేసిన తర్వాత 3 men is equal to 2 men. This is the efficiency ratio between men and women. Okay. ఇప్పుడు 3 men instead of 3 men, if we substitute 2 men, instead of 3 men, if we substitute 2 women, instead of 3 men, we substitute 2 men, 2 women plus 2 men, 4 women, 4 women 35 hours లో చేసే వర్క్ ఇది. ఇప్పుడు 4 women 35 hours లో చేసే వర్క్ ఇది. Are you clear that? Instead of 3 men, if we substitute 2 women, ఈ 3 men place లో 2 women substitute చేస్తే 2 women plus 2 men, 2 plus 2, 4 women 35 hours. In how many days, in how many hours 7 women can complete the work? Is 7 5 times 5 4s are 20, 5 4s are 20. In 20 hours 7 women can complete the work. But working, the question is in which the number of days in which the work can be done by 7 women only working 4 hours per day. So total 20 hours లో కంప్లీట్ చేస్తారు, బట్ వర్కింగ్ 4 hours per day అంటున్నాడు. 4 hours per day కాబట్టి the number of days they 7 women can complete the work is 5 days. This is the answer. Therefore 5 days is the answer. The number of days is 5 days. Fourth option is the answer. Okay, very good. Very simple approach ఇది. So to get the efficiency ratio between men and women, men into hours, otherwise man into days, man into hours multiply చేసి డిఫరెన్స్ తీసుకోవాలి. 335 105 421 84 difference 21, 235 70 421 84 difference is 14. After 7 cancellation 3 men is equal to 2 men. Instead of 3 men place లో మనం 2 women substitute చేస్తే 2 plus 2 4 women 35 days, 4 women 35 days, 7 women 20 hours. 4 women 35 hours లో చేసే వర్క్ ని 7 women 20 hours లో చేస్తున్నారు. By working 4 hours per day, the number of days they take 5 days. That is the answer. Next, 97. A box contains a box contains 6 white balls and 7 black balls. So 2 balls are drawn at random. What is the probability that both the balls of the same color? So 6 white balls and 7 black balls. 2 balls are drawn at random. What is the probability that both are of the same color? Either both are white in color, or either both the balls are black in color. In how many ways we can choose 2 balls from 6 అంటే 6C2 ways. R కాబట్టి యూనియన్ మీన్స్ ప్లస్ 7 balls నుంచి మనం 2 balls 7C2 ways లో డ్రా చేయొచ్చు. టోటల్ 13 balls 13C2. Okay, 2 balls are drawn at random. What is the probability that both the balls are of the same color? బోత్ ద బాల్స్ మనం ఏవైతే 2 balls డ్రా చేస్తున్నామో బోత్ ద బాల్స్ మస్ట్ గా 2 వైట్ అని అవ్వాలి, 2 బ్లాక్ అని అవ్వాలి. 2 వైట్ రావడానికి పాసిబిలిటీ మనకి ఇక్కడ 6C2, 2 బ్లాక్ రావడానికి పాసిబిలిటీ 7C2. ఐదర్ ఆర్ కాబట్టి యూనియన్ అంటే సమ్మేషన్ ప్లస్ బై టోటల్ 13C2. ఓకే, వెరీ గుడ్. 6C2 అంటే 6 5s are 30 by 2 15 plus 7C2 7 6s are 42 by 2 21. 13 12s are 156 by 2 78. 13 into 12 by 2. So 36 by 78. 36 by 78. After cancellation 6 by 13. 13 6 are 78. Therefore the answer is second option, 6 by 13. Okay, next, 98. 85% and 92% of alkalic solutions are mixed to get 35 liters of an 89% alkalic solution. How many liters of each solution are there in the new mixture? So by method of alligation, this is very easy. One solution contains 85% alcohol, another solution contains 92% alcohol. By mixing these two, we get 35 liters of an alcohol solution with 89% alcohol. So first solution contains 85% alcohol, the second one contains 92% alcohol. So mixture contains 89% alcohol. By method of alligation, then you will get the ratio. Difference 4. Difference 3. 3:4 is the ratio. The ratio is 3:4. Ratio is 3:4. But total quantity is 35 liters. 35 liters that will be divided in the ratio of 3:4, 7 parts. Each part is 5. 3 5s are 15, and 15 liters first one. Second one 20 liters. 15 liters, 20 liters. Therefore, 15 liters of the first and 20 liters of the second. Therefore, the third option is the answer. 15 liters of the first and 20 liters of the second by method of alligation. Okay, next one. Is it clear? Next one, 99. A regular working day is 9 hours and a regular week is 5 days a week. A man is paid 3 rupees per regular working hour and 3 rupees 50 paisa per hour overtime. If he earns 680 in 4 weeks, what is the number of hours he works? A regular working day is 9 hours and a regular week is 5 days. 9 hours, 5 days. 9 5s are 45 hours. A regular working week is 9 hours per day, 5 days. 9 5s are 45 hours. A man is paid 3 per regular working hour and 3 rupees 50 paisa per overtime. If he earns 680 in 4 weeks, so he gets 680 rupees in 4 weeks. Per week, number of working hours is 45 hours. 5 nines are 45 hours. 4 weeks in 4 weeks. 45 fours are 180 hours. 180 hours. 180 per hour 3 rupees wage. He gets 540. Okay. So question is, what is the number of hours he works? What is the number of hours he works? Okay. Here, a regular working day is 9 hours and a regular week is 5 days. 9 5s are 45 hours. ఆ విధంగా 4 weeks వర్క్ చేస్తే 445 180 hours వర్క్ చేస్తే వర్కింగ్ అవర్ కి రెగ్యులర్ వర్కింగ్ అవర్ కి 3 రూపీస్ కాబట్టి 180 into 3 540 రూపీస్ హీ అబ్టైన్డ్ యాక్చువల్లీ. బట్ ఇంకొక 140 రూపీస్ ఎక్స్ట్రా వచ్చింది వాడికి 140. బట్ ఓవర్ టైమ్ వేజ్ ఎంత అంటే 3 రూపీస్ 50 పైసా. ఓవర్ టైమ్ వేజ్ ఈజ్ 3 రూపీస్ 50 paisa, that is for overtime. He gets 140 rupees as overtime wage. So 3 rupees 50 paisa to 3.5 to divide cheste, that gives another 40 hours he works. 3.5. So the question is, what is the number of hours he works? Total regular working hours is 180 plus overtime is 40. He works totally 220 hours he works. Therefore the first option is the answer. Okay, very simple. Next, 100. Question number 100. The percentage of an acid in 3 solutions forms a geometric progression if we mix the first, second and third solutions in the ratio 3:2:1. We get a solution containing 22% acid. On the other hand, if we mix the solution in the ratio 2:3:4 by weight, we obtained a solution containing 32% acid. Find the percentage of acid in each solution. The percentage of an acid in 3 solutions forms a geometric progression. You know very well. A geometric progression is a sequence of numbers in which each term is multiplied by a fixed number. ఒక ఫిక్స్డ్ నెంబర్తో మల్టిప్లై చేస్తూ వెళ్తూ ఉంటుంది జామెట్రిక్ ప్రోగ్రెషన్. ఇక్కడ మీరు ఒకసారి ఆప్షన్స్ అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తే 16 2s are 32, 32 2s are 64. This forms a clearly a geometric progression. And second option, 27 by 3, 9. 9 by 3, 3. So every time ఇక్కడ 1/3 తో మల్టిప్లై అవుతుంది. ఇక్కడ 12 into 2 24, 24 2s are 48. So 27 by 3 by 2, 27 by 2 by 3, 2 by 3 18, 18 into 2 by 3, that is 12. This forms clearly geometric progression, but the last one is not a geometric progression. 24 9 32, that is not a geometric progression actually. Okay, 24 9. Okay, so verification through options manam velte, the percentage of an acid in 3 solutions forms a geometric progression if we mix the first, second and third solutions are in the ratio this one. Verification లో 22% acid రావాలి మనకి on an average. 6 3s are 48, 6 3s are 48, 16 3s are 48, 32 2s are 64 and 64 1s are 64. 64 plus 64 128, 128 plus 48, 128 plus 48 176 by total number of parts 6 parts. 6 parts చేస్తే that gives మనకి 22 వస్తే ఈ ఆప్షన్ సాటిస్ఫై అన్నట్టు. సో 170 by 176 by 6 174 మనకి 29 టైమ్స్ పోతుంది, 29 పాయింట్ సంథింగ్ వస్తుంది, ఇది 29.33. we cannot get ఇది 29.33, 29 1 by 2 by 6 1 by 3. So okay, this is not equal to 22 మనకి రాలా అంటే this option not satisfied, this option not satisfied. second one ఒకసారి అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తే 27 9 3 27 3s are 81, 27 3s are 81, 9 2s are 18, and 3 1s are 3. 18 plus 3 21, 21 plus 81 102, 102 by 6, that is 17 we get, but this is not equal to 22. We required మనకి ఏం కావాలంటే ఇక్కడ 22% యాసిడ్ కావాలి అంటే దిస్ ఇస్ నాట్ ద ఆప్షన్, ఇది కూడా కాదు. థర్డ్ ఆప్షన్ వెరిఫికేషన్ చేస్తే 12 3s are 36, 12 3s are 36, and 24 2s are 48, and 48 1s are 48. 48 plus 48 96, 96 plus 36 132, 132 by 6, 132 by 6, that is 22. Yeah, ఇది సాటిస్ఫై అయింది మనకి. అండ్ సెకండ్ వన్ కూడా సాటిస్ఫై అవ్వాలి ఫస్ట్ వన్ తో పాటు. సెకండ్ వన్ ఏంటంటే రేషియో 12 2s are ratio, that is 2:3:4. The option is 12 2:3:4, 12 to 24 48. 12 2s are 24, 12 2s are 24, 24 3s are 72, and 48 4s are 192. Okay, so therefore 8 and 9 18 1 288, 288 by total number of parts 9, 288 by 9, that is 32. So both the options are satisfied, both the conditions satisfied the given option, that is the answer is 12 24 geometric progression 48. Okay, next one 101. A shopkeeper gives two successive discounts of 10% and 20% on the market price of 5,000 of a bicycle. He had to give a further discount equal to 20% of his cost price on his new selling price, as a result of which he made neither a profit nor loss. Find the cost price of the bicycle. A shopkeeper gives two successive discounts of 10% and 20% on the market price of 5,000. So what is the market price? 5,000 is the market price. First 10% discount offer చేస్తే 500, 500 that becomes 4,500. దీంట్లో 20% discount offer చేస్తే 10% 450, 20% 900, that gives 3,600, 3,600. After giving two successive discounts, the market price of the cycle that becomes 3,600. He had to give a further discount is equal to the 20% of his cost price. This is very important. 20% of his cost price on new selling price. What is the new selling price? 3,600 is the new selling price, on which దీని మీద మనకి 20% of the cost price. He had to give a further discount is equal to 20% of his cost price, as a result of which he made neither profit nor loss. ఈ 20% of the cost price discount ఇచ్చిన తర్వాత there is no loss, no gain. And that means this is nothing but 120% of the cost price of the article. 120% of the cost price of the article. Therefore, what is the find the actual cost price అని అడుగుతున్నాడు. Actual cost price 100% ఎంత? 120% 3,600 అయితే 12 3s are 36, 10 3s are 30. Therefore, 3,000 is the actual cost price. Second option is the answer. Clear? Next one. 102. A man wants to open a special saving account through his works. If he invests 7,000 at 6% simple interest at the end of the January, and no other money is added to or removed from account, which of the following is true? A man wants to open a special saving account through his works if he invests 7,000 at 6% simple interest at the end of the January. No other money is added to or removed from the account, which of the following is true? So very clear that at the end of the January invest చేశాడు, నెక్స్ట్ ఇయర్ సేమ్ జనవరి మంత్ ఎండింగ్ కి మళ్ళీ వాడికి 1 year అవుతుంది. 1 year కి ఇక్కడ ఎంత పర్సెంట్ వస్తుందంటే 6% సింపుల్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ వస్తుంది. 6% on 7,000. 6% 7,000 అంటే 7,000 లో 6% క్యాల్కులేట్ చేస్తే 420 రావాలి. Zeros get cancelled. 7 6 are 42. Therefore, we obtained an interest of 420 rupees at the end of the year. Second option చూడండి, at the end of the year he will have earned as a 420 as an interest. That is the right answer. And దాంతో పాటుగా ఇవన్నీ కరెక్ట్ ఆప్షన్స్ గా కనిపిస్తున్నాయి. అట్ ద ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ద 6 months, ఎప్పుడైతే అట్ ద ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ద 1 year 420 వచ్చిందో 1 year కి 12 months కి మనకి 420 వస్తే 6 months కి 210 వస్తుంది. అదే 3 months కి అయితే దట్ ఈస్ 105 వస్తుంది. 105. Therefore, at the end of the second option, absolutely right. At the end of the year, he will have earned a profit of 420 as interest. At the end of the 6 months, he will have earned a profit and 210 rupees as interest. That is also right. At the end of the 12 months, 1 year ki 420, 6 months ki 210, 3 months ki 105. At the end of the 3 months, he will have 7,105 in his account. Yeah, principal amount is 7,105. 3 months ki interest వస్తే 7,105 అవుతుంది. At the end of the April, కానీ ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేస్తుంది at the end of the January. At the end of the April అంటే after 3 months మాట్లాడుతున్నాడు. He will have and 105 rupees as interest. This is also right. All the 4 options are correct. 1 2 3 4. Okay. So 1 year ki 420, 6 months ki 210, 3 months ki 105. At the end of the April అంటే 3 months, 3 months ki 105 interest, correct అది. At the end of the year, he will have and 420, అది correct. At the end of the 6 months, 210, that is also right. At the end of the 3 months, he will have 7,105 in his account. This is the amount. 7,000 is the principal, 105 is the 3 months interest. Amount becomes 7,000. All the 4 options are correct. Therefore, the answer is all the above. Fifth option is the answer. Okay, right. Next, 103. On Monday, a banker processed a batch of checks. On Tuesday, he processed 3 times as many. And on Wednesday, he processed 4,000 checks. In 3 days, he processed 6,000 checks. How many did he process on Tuesday? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. On Monday, a banker processed a batch of checks, X number of checks processed చేశాడు. On Tuesday, he processed 3 times as many. ఇక్కడ మండే ఎన్ని చేశాడో దానికి 3 times as many, 3x. But on Wednesday, he processed 4,000 checks, 4,000. In the 3 days, he processed 16,000. 3 days 16,000 అంటే first 2 days 12,000. First 2 days అంటే మనకి 4x is equal to 12,000. 4x 12,000 అయితే x is equal to 3,000. Yeah, కానీ క్వశ్చన్ ఏమడుతున్నాడు అంటే how many did he process on Tuesday? Tuesday అంటే 3x is equal to 9,000. That is the answer. So 9,000, first option is the answer. Very good. Next one. 104. The sum of the circumference of front and rear wheels of a special vehicle is 5 meters. The front wheel makes 9 revolutions more over a distance of 60 meters than a rear wheel makes over a distance of 63 meters. What is the circumference of the front wheel? So front wheel and rear wheel. Okay. The circumference of the front wheel is then radius smaller anukunte 2 pi r is the circumference of the front wheel. Dini radius capital R aithe 2 pi r. This is the circumference of the rear wheel. Front wheel circumference 2 pi r, rear wheel circumference 2 pi capital R. The sum of the circumference of the front and rear wheels of a special vehicle is equal to 5. This summation ichadu and 2 pi capital R plus 2 pi small r is equal to 5 meters. Idi vadichandi. Next, the front wheel makes 9 revolutions more over a distance of 60 meters. Front wheel 9 more revolutions chestundata. అంటే rear wheel ఎన్ని revolutions చేస్తుందో front wheel 9 more revolutions. Number of revolutions ఎట్లా వస్తుంది మనకి? Number of revolutions is equal to total distance traveled by the distance traveled per one revolution. Number of revolutions is equal to total distance traveled by distance traveled per one revolution. What is the total distance traveled by the front wheel? The front wheel makes 9 more revolutions over a distance of 60 meters. This is the distance traveled. The front wheel makes 9 more revolutions over a distance of 60 meters. Front wheel 60 meters distance travel చేస్తుంది 60 meters distance లో 9 more revolutions చేసింది దేనికంటే over a distance of the more than the rear wheel makes over a distance of 63 meters. ఫ్రంట్ వీల్ 63 మీటర్స్ ట్రావెల్ చేసినప్పుడు ఎన్ని రెవల్యూషన్స్ చేసిందంటే రేర్ వీల్ 63 మీటర్స్ ట్రావెల్ చేసినప్పుడు ఎంత ఎన్ని రెవల్యూషన్స్ చేసిందో దానికంటే 9 మోర్ రెవల్యూషన్స్ చేసింది. సో నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ రెవల్యూషన్స్ ఫార్ములా చెప్పుకున్నా, నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ రెవల్యూషన్స్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ టు డిస్టెన్స్ ట్రావెల్ బై డిస్టెన్స్ ట్రావెల్ పర్ వన్ రెవల్యూషన్. ఇక్కడ వన్ రెవల్యూషన్ అంటే సర్కంఫరెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ద ఫ్రంట్ వీల్ 2 పై ఆర్, ఇక్కడ 2 పై క్యాపిటల్ ఆర్. వై? బికాస్ the front wheel makes 9 more revolutions more over a distance of 60 meters. Front wheel 60 meters travel చేసినప్పుడు ఎన్ని రెవల్యూషన్స్ చేసిందంటే రేర్ వీల్ 63 మీటర్స్ ట్రావెల్ చేసినప్పుడు ఎన్ని రెవల్యూషన్స్ చేసిందో దానికంటే 9 మోర్ రెవల్యూషన్స్ చేసింది. అంటే డిఫరెన్స్ 9 మోర్ రెవల్యూషన్స్. ఇది ఫ్రంట్ వీల్ చేసిన నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ రెవల్యూషన్స్, ఇది రేర్ వీల్ చేసిన నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ రెవల్యూషన్స్. రేర్ వీల్ కాబట్టి 2 పై క్యాపిటల్ ఆర్, ఇది ఫ్రంట్ వీల్ కాబట్టి 2 పై స్మాల్ ఆర్. బట్ ఈ రెండు కలిపి ఎంత ఇచ్చాడంటే మనకి 5. దీస్ టూ సమ్మేషన్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ టు 5. ఈ రెండు కలిపి 5 ఉండాలి. బట్ ఇక్కడ 3 మల్టిపుల్ అయి ఉండాలి. దీన్ని క్యాన్సిల్ చేయాలంటే, ఇది క్యాన్సిల్ అవ్వాలంటే 2 మల్టిపుల్ అయి ఉండాలి. ఆర్ యూ క్లియర్ దట్? ఇది మల్టిపుల్ ఆఫ్ 2, ఇది మల్టిపుల్ ఆఫ్ 3. కాబట్టి ఇది మనం 2 + 3 గా రాసుకోవచ్చు. అంటే 2 పై ఆర్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ టు స్మాల్ ఆర్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ టు 2. ఇది ఫ్రంట్ వీల్ 2 అయితే, ఇది 2 పై క్యాపిటల్ ఆర్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ టు 3 అయితే, ఇక్కడ 3 21 times, 2 30 times, 30 minus 21, 9 more revolutions we get. Therefore, the circumference of the front wheel is 2 meters, the circumference of the rear wheel is 3 meters. What is the question actually? What is the circumference of the front wheel? Front wheel is 2 meters. That is the circumference of the front wheel, 2 meters. Is it okay? Good. 105. line graph actually very easy. Next మనం 130. Yeah, ఇది డిస్కస్ చేసి later on we will discuss the remaining questions. Okay. Yeah. Study the following information carefully and answer the given questions. Data recording coffee production, domestic consumption and exports in from country X in 3 years. The total coffee market constitutes only 2 types of coffee, Arabica and Robusta. Note, total production, both Arabica and Robusta, is equal to total domestic consumption plus total exports. Total production is equal to total domestic consumption plus total exports, both Arabica and Robusta. Assume that there were no leftovers after domestic consumption and exports. Very clear that. Assume that there were no leftovers after domestic consumption and exports. Domestic consumption, exports కాకుండా ఇంకేమీ లేవని చెప్తున్నాడు. Data recording coffee quantity is given in metric tons. Very clear. So data ఇక్కడ స్టార్ట్ అయింది. So very clear that total production is equal to domestic consumption and exports. Domestic consumption and exports. Domestic consumption and exports, that gives total production. Okay. Very good. In the year 2005, the total domestic consumption was 75% of the total production. In the same year, okay, In the year 2005, the total domestic consumption was 75% of the total production. In the same year, out of the total domestic consumption, Arabica alone accounted for 50% and the remaining 42 million tons was accounted for only Robusta. Yeah. So in 2005 చెప్తున్నాడు 2005 లో 2005 in the year 2005 the total domestic consumption was 75% of the total production. Total production లో domestic consumption 75% and exports 25%. Total production is always 100%. In the year 2005 the total domestic consumption was 75% of the total production. In the same year, out of the total domestic consumption, Arabica alone accounted for 50%. Domestic consumption లో 50% accounted for Arabica. The remaining 42 million tons was accounted for only Robusta. అంటే total domestic consumption లో 50% Arabica and Robusta. Arabica 50% and the remaining 50% Robusta. Total domestic consumption లో Arabica and Robusta. Arabica accounted 50% and the remaining 50% is 42 million tons. Therefore, ఇది 50%, ఇది 50%, this is also 42. 42 million tons. 42 plus 42, total domestic consumption is 84. This is 75%. 75%, 75% is 84. 75% 84 అయితే 25% దీంట్లో one third that is exports 28. This is 1/3 of 84. This is 75%. This is 25%. 25% is 28 and 75% is total production is 1112. 84 plus 28. Is it okay? In the year 2005, the total domestic consumption was 75% of the total production. In the same year, out of the total domestic consumption, Arabica alone accounted for 50% and the remaining 42. Arabica and Robusta. 50% is out of domestic consumption, 50% Arabica accounted, the remaining 42 million tons accounted for only Robusta. That is, this is also 50, ఇది 50% అయితే ఇది కూడా 50% total domestic consumption, total 100%. Robusta 42, Robusta 50% 42 అయితే Arabica is also 42, 42 plus 42, 84, 84 is the 75%, 75% 84 అయితే by 3 చేస్తే 25% 28. Together 100% 112, very good. 2005, okay. Next, 2006. In the year 2005, the total production was more than that in the year 2006 by 12%. 2006 తో కంపేర్ చేస్తే 2005 లో 12% more అని చెప్తున్నాడు. In the year 2005, the total production was more than that in the year 2006 by 12%. Also, the total domestic consumption in the year 2005 was more than that in the year 2006 by 5%. Yeah. సో ఇక్కడ ఏం చెప్తున్నాడంటే 2006 తో కంపేర్ చేసినప్పుడు 2006 తో కంపేర్ చేస్తే 2005 డొమెస్టిక్ కన్జంప్షన్ 5% మోర్, టోటల్ ఏమో 12% మోర్. టోటల్ 12% మోర్ అంటే ఇక్కడ 100 అయితే దీనికంటే 12% మోర్. అంటే టోటల్ ప్రొడక్షన్ ఇన్ 2006 100, 2005 లో 2006 కంటే 12% మోర్. వెరీ క్లియర్. ఇక్కడ కంటే ఇక్కడ ఇది 5% మోర్ అంటే 105% 84 అయితే 100% 80 అవుతుంది. 105% 84 అయితే 100% 80. ఓకే, 105% అంటే 21 parts, 21 parts 84, 20 parts 100% 80. సో అంటే ఎక్స్పోర్ట్స్ ఎంత అంటే ఇక్కడ మనకి దిస్ ఇస్ 2006. వెరీ గుడ్. నెక్స్ట్, in the year 2005, the total production was more than 2006 by 12%. Also, the total domestic consumption in the year 2005 was more than that in the year 2006 by 5%. Arabica and Robusta was consumed domestically in the ratio 2:3. And in 80, that will be consumed in the ratio, Arabica and Robusta consumed in the ratio 2:3 domestically. 2:3 అంటే 5 parts అంటే this is 16 times, 16, each part is 16, 32 and 48, 2:3 ratio, 2:3 ratio. In the year 2006, very good. ఇంకా 2007 కి వస్తే, in the year 2007, the domestic consumption of each of the types of coffee, that is Arabica and Robusta, grew by 12.5%. 2007 కి వస్తే, In the year 2007, the domestic consumption of each of the types of coffee, Arabica and Robusta, both are grew by 12.5%. దీంట్లో 12.5%, 12.5 అంటే 1/8, 1/8 అంటే 4 ఇంక్రీజ్ అయితే ఇది 36. దీంట్లో 1/8, 1/8 అంటే దట్ ఈస్ 6 ఇంక్రీజ్ అయితే 54. ఇది 1/8 గ్రూ అయింది, ఇది 1/8 గ్రూ అయింది. 12.5%. 12.5% means 1/8. 1/8 of 32, 4. 1/8 of 32 is 4. 1/8 of 48 is 6. 6 add అయితే 54. ఇది 4 add అయితే 36. Together 90. That is the total domestic consumption in the year 2007. In the year 2007, the domestic consumption, each type of coffee, Arabica and Robusta, grew by 12.5% from their respective previous year levels. Domestic consumption of only Arabica accounted 30% of the total coffee production. Total coffee production lo domestic consumption of Arabica accounted 30%. 30% is equal to 36. And 100% is equal to 120. 30% is equal to 36. 3 parts 36, 10 parts 120. Therefore, exports, very clear that 90 plus 30, that is 120. That is exports. So very clear that domestic consumption, Arabica and Robusta, 42, 42, 84, plus 28 is the exports, total is 112. 32, domestic consumption, Arabica 32 and Robusta 48, 32 plus 48, 80, and exports is 20, total together production is 100. In 2007, 36, 36 plus 54, 90, 90 plus 30, 120. This is the table, okay? And last, yeah, question. The first one, 113. Total production, both Arabica and Robusta in the year 2007 was what percent more than that in the year 2005? Total production, both Arabica and Robusta in the year 2007 was what percent more than in the year 2005? 2005 తో కంపేర్ చేస్తే 2007 లో ఎంత పర్సెంట్ పెరిగింది అని అడుగుతున్నాడు. ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడికి ఎంత పర్సెంట్ పెరిగిందంటే దట్ ఈస్ 8 ఇంక్రీజ్డ్, 8 on 112, 8 on 112 into 100. 4 cancellation ikkada 2 times, 4 cancellation 28 times, again 4 cancellation 25 times, 4 cancellation 7 times. Therefore 50 by 7 ante that is 7 1 by 7. Therefore the percentage increase is 7 1 by 7, 7 1 by 7 percentage. Okay, so answer is 7 1 by 7 percentage. Fifth option is the answer, 7 1 by 7 percentage. Next question. From 2005 to 7, what is the percentage increase anadu? 112, 112, 120 అయింది, 8 is increased, 8 on 112 into 100, that gives 7 1 by 9%. Next one. Next one. A domestic consumption of only Robusta in the year 2007 is what percentage of the domestic consumption of both Arabica and Robusta in the same year? Domestic consumption of only Robusta, this is 54. In the year 2017, Robusta, that is 54. Domestic consumption of only Robusta in the year 2017 is what percentage of the total domestic consumption of the same year? 54 is what percentage of 90? Total adugutunnadu. 54 is what percentage of 90? So very clear that 60%. 0 get cancelled, 9 6 times 60%. 60% is the answer. Next one. In the year 2006, Robusta alone constituted 70% of the total exports. What was the total production of only Robusta in that year? In the year 2006, Robusta alone constituted 70% of the total export. Yeah. So what was the total production of Robusta in that year? 2006 లో ఎక్స్పోర్ట్స్ మొత్తం తీసుకుంటే దాంట్లో Robusta, దట్ ఈస్ దీన్ని డివైడ్ చేస్తున్నాడు. ఈ 20 ఎక్స్పోర్ట్స్ డివైడ్ చేస్తే అరబికా అండ్ Robusta దట్ ఈస్ 70%. 70% అంటే 14, 30% అంటే 6. అంటే ఇక్కడ Robusta ఎంత ఉందంటే మనకి ఇక్కడ Robusta 48 plus 14, 48 Robusta. Domestic consumption in 2006, Robusta is 48, and in exports Robusta is 14. Therefore the answer is 48 plus 14, that is equal to 62 million tons. That is the answer. Therefore the answer is 62 million tons, third option. Next one, 116. In the year 2008, the total domestic consumption was 70% of the total production. 2008 మాట్లాడుతున్నాడు వాడు. In the year 2008, the total domestic consumption was 70% of the total production. The total production in the year 2008 was 130 million tons. 2008 కూడా మనం రాద్దాం అక్కడ. 2008 రాస్తే total production that is given 130 million tons. So, and the given information in the year 2008, total domestic consumption was 70% of the total production. Total production లో 70% అంటే 113 sevens are 91. 13 sevens are 91. Okay. ఇది 91 అయితే ఇది ఎంత అవుతుందంటే 39. Very clear that. అంటే total domestic consumption is 91 in the year 2008 and total exports is 39. Together total production is 130. Okay. But the question ఏమంటున్నాడు చూడండి. The total exports in the year 2008 was what percent more than the previous year? Previous year తో కంపేర్ చేస్తే total exports ఎంత పర్సెంట్ అని అడుగుతున్నాడు. ఇంక్రీజ్డ్ మోర్ అంటున్నాడమ్మా. యా మోర్ దాన్ అంటే ఇక్కడ 9 increased on 30, 9 on 30, 30% increase. Therefore, into 100 చేస్తే that gives the percentage 30% increase. Very clear that. ప్రీవియస్ ఇయర్ 2007 తో కంపేర్ చేస్తే ఎంత పర్సెంట్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్స్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అయింది అని చెప్తున్నాడు. టోటల్ ప్రొడక్షన్ 130, దాంట్లో 70%, 13 sevens are 91, దట్ ఈస్ ద టోటల్ డొమెస్టిక్ కన్జంప్షన్. టోటల్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్స్ ఈస్ 39, 91 plus 39 టుగెదర్ 130. ఇక్కడ 2007 తో కంపేర్ చేస్తే 2008 లో ఎక్స్పోర్ట్స్ ఎంత పెరిగిందంటే 9 ఇంక్రీజ్డ్ ఆన్ 30, therefore 9 on 30 అంటే 30%. నెక్స్ట్ 117. So it's over, clear. So very clear that this is the table. Okay, next. Data sufficiency we'll discuss. Okay, the question consists of a the question consists of a question and two statements, 1 and 2 given below it. You have to decide whether the data provided in the statements are sufficient to answer the question. Read both the statements and choose the appropriate option. There are 6 consecutive odd numbers. What is their average? There are 6 consecutive odd numbers. What is their average? The sum of the squares of the first and last number is 442. The difference between the squares of the average of the first 4 numbers and the square of the average of the last 4 numbers is 112. There are 6 consecutive odd numbers. What is their average? There are 6 consecutive odd numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the 6 consecutive. Let their average be x. Average x anukunta. You have to find out the value of x. What is the average of 6 consecutive odd numbers? Let x be their average. Before number is x minus 1. After number is x plus 1. This is x plus 3. We know very well the difference between any two consecutive odd numbers is 2. X plus 5. This is x minus 3, x minus 5. This is the general form. Okay. First statement. The sum of the squares of the first and last number is 442. The sum of the squares of the first and last number. So the first number is x minus 5. The last number is x plus 5. Sum of their squares. That means x plus 5 whole square, last number square, plus first number square, x minus 5 whole square is equal to 442. Okay. This in the form of a plus b whole square plus a minus b whole square. A plus b whole square plus a minus b whole square is equal to 2 of a square plus b square. 2 of a square plus b square. B square is 25. Then you will get 442. So 2 cancellation 221. Then x square is equal to 221 minus 25 196. X is equal to 14 plus or minus 14, of course. X is equal to 14. ఇక్కడ ప్లస్ ఆర్ మైనస్ మీరు ఏది తీసుకున్నా, ఒకటి ప్లస్ తీసుకుంటే అసెండింగ్ ఆర్డర్ వస్తుంది, మైనస్ తీసుకుంటే అఫ్ కోర్స్ నెగిటివ్ వస్తాయి నెంబర్స్. ఓకే. x is equal to 14. x is equal to 14 కాబట్టి మనం x square is equal to 196, x is equal to 14. ఇక్కడ రెండు వస్తున్నాయి కదా మనకి x square is equal to 196 అయితే x is equal to plus or minus 14. x is equal to plus or minus 14. Yeah. x is equal to plus or minus 14 అయితే ఇవన్నీ పాజిటివ్ అని ఎక్కడైనా చెప్పాడు మనకి. There are 6 consecutive odd numbers. What is their average? No. Therefore plus or minus 14 కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ రెండు పాసిబిలిటీస్ వస్తున్నాయి. అంటే యావరేజ్ x అనుకున్న x రెండు పాసిబిలిటీస్ వస్తున్నాయి. అలాగే సెకండ్ స్టేట్మెంట్, ద డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ ద స్క్వేర్స్ ఆఫ్ యావరేజ్ ఆఫ్ ద ఫస్ట్ 4 నెంబర్స్ అండ్ ద స్క్వేర్ ఆఫ్ ద లాస్ట్ 4 నెంబర్స్. యావరేజ్ ఆఫ్ ద ఫస్ట్ 4 నెంబర్స్, దీస్ ఆర్ ద ఫస్ట్ 4 నెంబర్స్. ఈ ఫస్ట్ 4 నెంబర్స్ యావరేజ్ అంటే దిస్ ఇస్ x minus 2 అవుతుంది. యావరేజ్ ఆఫ్ ద ఫస్ట్ 4 నెంబర్. ద యావరేజ్ ఆఫ్ ద లాస్ట్ 4 నెంబర్స్ అంటే x plus 2 అవుతుంది. x minus 2, x plus 2. సో ఇప్పుడు ఏమంటున్నాడు సెకండ్ స్టేట్మెంట్, the difference between the squares of the average of the first 4 numbers and the squares of the average of the last 4 numbers. సో దీంట్లో ఇక్కడ డిఫరెన్స్ అన్నప్పుడు పెద్ద దాంట్లో చిన్నదాన్ని తీస్తాం కాబట్టి x plus 2 whole square minus x minus 2 whole square is equal to x plus 2 whole square minus x minus 2 whole square is equal to, that gives 112 ఇచ్చాడు సెకండ్ స్టేట్మెంట్. The difference between the square of the average of the difference between the square of the average of the first 4 numbers and the square of the last 4 numbers is 112. This is the difference. Okay. This is in the form of a plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square 2 of 4ab. 4ab. A is x, b is 2. A is x, b is 2 is equal to 112. Therefore 8x is equal to 112. X is equal to 14. X is equal to 14. ఇక్కడ కూడా మనకి x is equal to 14 వచ్చింది. x is equal to 14. అంటే ఇప్పుడు మనం ఏం చెప్పొచ్చు అంటే either 1 alone sufficient, 2 alone sufficient to answer the above question. We should not take negative here. Therefore x is equal to 14. x is equal to 14. x is equal to 14. Therefore సెకండ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ నుంచి కూడా మనకి డిఫరెన్స్ అన్నప్పుడు అఫ్ కోర్స్ ఇది ముందు తీసుకోవచ్చు. ఇది ముందు తీసుకుంటే ఏమవుతుందంటే మనకి మైనస్ వచ్చే పాసిబిలిటీ ఉంది. బట్ ఇక్కడ ఇఫ్ ఆల్ ద ఆడ్ నెంబర్స్ ఆర్, మనం ఆడ్ గా కన్సిడర్ చేయగలమా లేదా? నో. దేర్ ఫోర్ ఇక్కడ రెండు వస్తున్నాయి ఆన్సర్లు మనకి, ప్లస్ ఆర్ మైనస్ 14. ఇక్కడ రెండు ఛాన్స్లు వస్తున్నాయి డిఫరెన్స్ అన్నప్పుడు. దేర్ ఫోర్ 1 alone is not sufficient, 2 alone is not sufficient, neither nor is the answer. Therefore the answer is neither nor. What is ekkadundi neither nor? If both the statements together, data 1 alone together are not sufficient, second option is the answer. If both the statements 1 and 2 together are not sufficient, sorry, neither nor kada. Statement 1 alone is not sufficient. Where it is exactly? If the data statement, if the data either in statement, if the data 2 alone, if the data both together, if the data both the statements together are not sufficient, either 1 alone, 2 alone, data 2 alone or not sufficient, data 1 alone, first answer. If the data both the statements 1 and 2 together are necessary to answer the question. If data both the statements together are not sufficient, neither nor, second option is the answer. Okay, next one. 118. How many laborers are employed by the project manager to finish the project? How many laborers are employed by the project manager to finish the project? If all the employed laborers report to the work, it would take 41 days to finish the project. If 1/3 of the employed laborers report the work, it would take 123 days to finish the work. How many laborers are employed by the project manager to finish the project? If all the employed laborers report the work, it would take 41 days to finish the work. సో ఎంతమంది అయితే ఎంప్లాయ్ చేసాం అంతమంది వర్క్ చేస్తే 41 days కంప్లీట్ అవుతుందట. సెకండ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ 1 alone is not sufficient. If 1/3 of the employed laborers report the work, 1/3 of the employed laborers they take 123 days to complete the work. This also nothing but ఇది 41x, ఇది కూడా 41x, both are same simultaneous equations. Therefore, 1 alone is not sufficient, 2 alone is not sufficient, together is also not sufficient. Both the statements together is not sufficient. That is the answer. Second option. Next, 119. 119. How much time in hours will the boat take to travel 66 kilometers upstream? So time calculate చేయమన్నాడు 66 km distance by speed 66 kilometers upstream speed is equal to m minus s కావాలి మనకి ఇక్కడ. Okay, the speed of the boat in still water is 18. First statement, speed of the boat in still water m is equal to 18. Second statement, the time taken by the boat to travel a certain distance upstream is twice the time taken by the boat to travel the same distance downstream. Yeah, times ratio ఇచ్చాడు ఇక్కడ. Time taken by to travel the certain distance upstream twice the time taken by it to travel the same distance downstream. Upstream travel చేయడానికి downstream travel చేయడానికి times ratio ఇచ్చాడు. Times ratio ఇచ్చాడు అంటే speeds ratio వస్తుంది. Speeds ratio అంటే downstream speed m plus s by upstream speed m minus s. m is equal to 18 substitute చేస్తే మనకి s వాల్యూ వస్తుంది. m minus s చెప్పొచ్చు మనం. Therefore, by using both the statements, 1 alone is not sufficient, 2 alone is not sufficient, but together is sufficient. So together is sufficient. Fourth option is the answer. Both the statements together is sufficient. Next one, 120. So what is definitely the value of x? What is the definitely the value of x? First statement, x square by 9 minus x plus 8 by 9 is equal to 0. So this is a quadratic equation, x square minus 9x plus 8 is equal to 0. Then you have two roots for this equation. X is equal to 1, 8. And 1 alone is not sufficient. Unique solution రావట్లేదు మనకి ఇక్కడ. And second statement, the value of 3 power x minus, ఇది first statement. Second statement, 3 power x minus 4 into 9 power 3x minus 11 is equal to 9 power 4x minus 17. Yeah, by solving this equation, then you will get the unique solution for x. X value వస్తుంది. So x value వస్తుంది కాబట్టి 2 alone sufficient, 1 alone is not sufficient. 1 alone is not sufficient, 2 alone sufficient. Therefore, 121. Yes, and again analysis. Study the following information carefully and answer the questions given below it. Out of the 1500 candidates eligible for an officer's post in public sector bank, 450 candidates have prior experience of working in public sector banks in rural areas only. To work out this, we form a table form చేద్దాం. Study the following information carefully. Answer the questions given below it. Out of 15,000 candidates eligible for an officer post in a public sector bank, 450 candidates have prior experience of working in public sector banks in rural areas only. Urban areas, rural areas, both. అలాగే public, private, both. Okay, yeah. 450 candidates out of 15,000 candidates eligible for an officer post in a public sector bank. 450 candidates have prior experience of working in public sector banks, rural areas only. Only rural areas. 450 candidates, public sector banks in rural areas only. Rural areas, public sector banks, 450. This is given. Yeah. Next one. 25% of the total number of candidates have prior experience of working in public sector banks in urban areas only. Public sector banks, urban areas. Total 15,000 public sector banks, urban areas. 25%. దీంట్లో 25% and 143750. Public sector banks, urban areas. Public sector urban areas 3,750. That is 25% of 15,3750. 12% of the total number of candidates have prior experience of working in private sector banks in urban areas only. 12%. 12% of 15,000. దేంట్లో క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయాలి? 15,000లో 12%. 15,000లో 12% అంటే Private sector bank, urban areas, 1800. 12% of the total number of candidates have prior experience of working private sector banks in urban areas only. Urban areas, 15,000 lo 12%. 2% of the total number of candidates have prior experience of working in private sector banks in rural areas. 2%. 2% of that is 300. 15,000. And 3,600 candidates have worked in both urban and rural areas. 3,600 candidates worked both urban and rural areas. And 15% of the total number of candidates have worked in both public and private sector banks, urban and rural areas. 15% of the total number of candidates have worked in both public and private urban areas only. Both public and private, both urban areas only. 15%. 15,000 లో calculate చేస్తే 2,250. 2,250. Okay. 600 candidates have worked in both public sector and private sector bank rural areas only. This is 600. And next, the last one. The remaining candidates have no prior experience of working in banking industry. మిగతా వాళ్ళకి there is no prior experience అని చెప్తున్నాడు. This is not given. This is not given. Remaining candidates టోటల్ చేస్తే మనకి ఇక్కడ 3,750 plus 2,250, 6,000 it becomes together. 6,000, 6,000, these two are 5,400, 5,400, 1,800 plus 3,600, 5,400 plus 600, 6,000. It is 6,000, it is 6,000, 12,000, 12,750, 12,750 పోతే ఇంకా 2,250. That is the remaining candidates don't have prior experience in working banking industry. The first question చూస్తే how many candidates have prior experience of working in rural areas? How many candidates have prior experience of working in rural areas, public and private sector banks together? Rural areas లో కావాలి, ఓన్లీ రూరల్ ఏరియాస్ అంట్లా, రూరల్ ఏరియాస్ కావాలి, బోత్ పబ్లిక్ అండ్ ప్రైవేట్ సెక్టర్. రూరల్ ఏరియాస్ పబ్లిక్ అండ్ ప్రైవేట్ సెక్టర్. రూరల్ ఏరియాస్ పబ్లిక్ అండ్ ప్రైవేట్ సెక్టర్ అంటే పబ్లిక్ ప్రైవేట్ బోత్, మనం ఇది కూడా కావాలి అంటే ఈ మొత్తం టోటల్ చేయాలి. దేర్ ఫోర్ 3,600 plus 600, 4,200, 4,500, 4,500 plus 450, 4,950. That is the answer. First question answer 4,950. 4,950. Second option is the answer. Next, 122. How many candidates have prior experience of working in public sector banks, urban and rural areas together? Public sector banks. How many candidates have prior experience of working in public sector banks, urban and rural areas? Public sector banks కావాలి. Public sector banks, urban and rural areas. సో ఇక్కడ బోత్ లో కూడా పబ్లిక్ సెక్టర్ బ్యాంక్స్ ఉంది కాబట్టి అంటే ఈ ప్రైవేట్ సెక్టర్ ఎక్స్క్లూడ్ చేసి మిగతాదంతా మనం కలపాలా. Therefore 3,750, 2,250, 6,000, 6,000 plus 4,200, 10,200 plus 450, 10,650. Therefore the answer is 10,000. This is first question. 10,650, that is for second question. Okay, and except private sector banks, public sector, urban and rural kalpali. Both lo public undi kabatti ivi kuda manam add cheyaల్సి. 3,750 plus 2,250, 6,000, 6,000, 9,600 plus 10,200, 10,200 plus 450, 10,650. Very good. 10,650. That is the fourth option. Very good. Next one, 123. What is the ratio of the candidates who have prior experience of working in public sector banks, rural areas only, to the candidates who have prior experience of working in private sector banks, rural areas only? Public sector banks, rural areas. Private sector bank, rural areas. Public sector bank, rural areas 450, and private sector banks, rural areas 300. The ratio is 3:2. This is for question number 3. Okay. Next, 124. 124. Yeah. So what is the total number of candidates who have worked in private sector banks, urban areas? What is the total number of candidates who have worked in private sector banks in urban areas? Private sector, urban areas. ప్రైవేట్ సెక్టర్ అన్నప్పుడు ఇది వస్తుంది, అర్బన్ ఏరియాస్ ఓన్లీ అనలేదు కాబట్టి బోత్ లో కూడా చూడాలి ప్రైవేట్ సెక్టర్. అంటే ఇక్కడ మనకి 1800 ప్లస్ టోటల్ టుగెదర్ what is the total number of candidates who have worked in private sector banks urban areas? Private sector banks urban areas, so ఇది తీసుకోవాలి మనం 1800 అర్బన్ ఏరియాస్, ఇది తీసుకోవాలి 2250, ఈ రెండు కలిపితే సరిపోతుంది. ప్రైవేట్ సెక్టర్ బ్యాంక్స్ అర్బన్ ఏరియాస్. ఓకే, 1800 ప్లస్ 2250 టుగెదర్ 4050. దిస్ ఇస్ ఫర్ 1800 ప్లస్ 2250 ప్రైవేట్ సెక్టర్ బ్యాంక్స్ అర్బన్ ఏరియాస్. ఓన్లీ ప్రైవేట్ సెక్టర్ బ్యాంక్స్ అనట్లేదు కాబట్టి బోత్ లో కూడా తీసుకోవాలి. దేర్ ఫోర్ క్వశ్చన్ నెంబర్ 4. నెక్స్ట్ లాస్ట్ వన్. The candidates who have no prior experience of working in banking industry are what percentage of the candidates who have worked in public sector banks, both urban and rural areas together? Yeah, the candidates who have no prior experience అంటే 2250. ఈ 2250 దేంట్లో క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయాలంటున్నాడు? The candidates who have no prior experience of working in banking industry are what percentage of the candidates who have worked in public sector, both urban and rural, public sector banks, both urban and rural. పబ్లిక్ సెక్టర్ బ్యాంక్స్ బోత్ అర్బన్ అండ్ రూరల్ అంటే ఇదే కదా మనం ఇందాక క్వశ్చన్ నెంబర్ 2 లో చూసాం. క్వశ్చన్ నెంబర్ 2 లో, క్వశ్చన్ నెంబర్ 2 ఏంటో చూడండి ఒకసారి. క్వశ్చన్ నెంబర్ 2 దట్ ఈస్ సో హౌ మెనీ క్యాండిడేట్స్ హ్యావ్ వర్కింగ్ పబ్లిక్ సెక్టర్ బ్యాంక్స్ బోత్ అర్బన్ అండ్ రూరల్. ఇప్పుడు దాంట్లోనే మాట్లాడుతున్నాడు వాడు 125 లో. సో వర్కింగ్ వాట్ పర్సెంటేజ్ హూ వర్క్డ్ పబ్లిక్ సెక్టర్ బ్యాంక్స్ బోత్ అర్బన్ అండ్ రూరల్ అంటే ఇప్పుడు మనం సో నో ప్రైర్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ వాళ్ళని దేంట్లో క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయాలంటే దిస్ ఇస్ వాట్ పర్సెంటేజ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్, దీంట్లో క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయమంటున్నాడు. దేర్ ఫోర్ 2250 అవుట్ ఆఫ్ 10,650 into 100 that gives the percentage. Zero get cancel. By cancellation ఇది చూస్తే మనకి ఇక్కడ ఆల్మోస్ట్ 21%, 22%. ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ 1000 నుండి ఉంటే ఇక్కడ 1000 నుండి ఉంటే 22.5%. 1000 కంటే ఇక్కడ డినామినేటర్ పెరిగింది కాబట్టి వాల్యూ తగ్గుతుంది. సో వాల్యూ తక్కువ ఉన్న ఆప్షన్స్ ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయి చూస్తే ఒకసారి మనం 20 దగ్గర అసలు ఒకటే ఉంది ఆన్సర్. దేర్ ఫోర్ 20.12. దేర్ ఫోర్ ద ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ 21.12%. దట్ ఈస్ ద ఆన్సర్. 21.12%. దట్ ఈస్ ద ఆన్సర్. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ. అనాలిసిస్ ఇది కంప్లీట్ అయింది. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ question. Line graph. Yes. Study the following graph carefully to answer the given questions. Conference organized by 5 states in 3 years. Number of conferences given in the table as well as graph. How many conferences, directly questions ke helpote, how many conferences total organized by 5 states in the year 2014 and 15. 2014 and 15 కావాలట. 2014 యాడ్ చేద్దాం. 2014 21 plus 12 33, 33 plus 20 53, 53 plus 34 87, 87 plus 17 104. Once again 21 plus 12 33, 33 plus 20 53, 53 plus 34 87, 87 plus 17 104. 2015 18 plus 6 24, 24 plus 27 51, 51 92, 92 that is 102, 102. This is 2004 2005. Totally conferenced by 2004 and 2005 together, that is 206, 206. That is the answer. Fourth option. Next 127. If the years are arranged in descending order of the total number of conferences organized by given states, which of the following would be the correct order? Which of the following would be the correct order? 2014, that is total number is 104. 2015, that is 102. 2016 చూద్దాం. ఇప్పుడు 2016 చూస్తే 25 32 58 57 57 plus 19, 50, 25 plus 32, 57, 57 plus 20, 76, 20, 76, 126, 126 plus 12, 138, 138. సో అసెండింగ్ ఆర్డర్ లో డిసెండింగ్ ఆర్డర్ లో అరేంజ్ చేస్తే ఇఫ్ ది ఇయర్స్ ఆర్ అరేంజ్డ్ ఇన్ డిసెండింగ్ ఆర్డర్, డిసెండింగ్ ఆర్డర్ చూస్తే 2016, after that 2014, 15, 2016, after that 14, 15. Second option is the answer. 2016, 14, 15. That is the descending order. Second option is the answer. Next one, 128. Approximately how much percent increase in the number of conferences organized by from 2004 to 2016 by Goa? 14, 16 Goa 12 వల్ల 32 అయింది. That is increased by 20 on 12 into 100. That gives ఇక్కడ మనకి 5 times 4 3 times 5 by 3 5 by 3 500 by 3 అంటే 166 2 by 3. Therefore 167% is the answer. Next, 129. What is the average number of conferences organized by the state of Andhra Pradesh in all the 3 years? Andhra Pradesh all the 3 years 20, 47, 66. Therefore 66 is the answer. Average 66 by 3, that is 22. 22 is the average. Therefore the first option is the answer. 130. So what is the difference between the number of conferences organized by New Delhi in 2016? New Delhi in 2016, New Delhi in 2016, that is 50. And number of conference organized in Maharashtra in 2014. 2014, that is difference is 33. Difference is 33. Third option is the answer. This is very easy actually. Next one. What is the distance traveled by the train from Surat to Noida Junction? What is the distance traveled by the train? Study the following table carefully and answer the given questions that follow. Chart showing schedule of train from Dadar to Bhuj and the number of passengers boarding from each station. Different stations are given: Dadar, Vasai Road, the Surat, the Vadodara, Anand Junction, Nanded Junction, and Ahmedabad, Bhuj. Starting point 1253. These are given. Distance traveled from origin and the number of passengers boarding the train at each station. Table is very clear. What is the distance traveled by the train from Surat to Nadia Junction? Nadia Junction. This is D is not there. Nadia Junction. Yeah. So what is the distance traveled by the train from Surat to Nadia Junction? Surat to Nadia Junction. What is the distance traveled? This is up to Surat 257, Nadia Junction, that is 440. 440 minus 257. This is 3. 3 ఉన్న ఆప్షన్స్ ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయి? 2 ఉన్నాయి. 3 ఇక్కడ 10 minus 7 3 13 8 183. Therefore the answer is 183. 183. Next one, 132. How much time does the train take to reach Ahmedabad after departing from Anand Junction, including halt time? How much time does the train take to reach Ahmedabad after departing from Anand Junction? How much time does the train take to reach Ahmedabad after departing? Departing time Anand Junction lo depart ayindi eppudante 6:45. How much time does the train take to reach Ahmedabad after departing from Anand Junction, including the halt time? Including the halt time అంటే ఇక్కడ నడియా జంక్షన్ లో ఇక్కడ 2 minutes ఆగింది. అది నడియా జంక్షన్ అరైవల్ 7:1, డిపార్చర్ 7:3, ఇంక్లూడింగ్ అంటే ఇది ఇంక్లూడ్ అవుతుంది. అంటే 6:45 డిపార్చర్, అహ్మదాబాద్ అరైవల్ 8. ఇక్కడి నుంచి ఇక్కడికి టైం ఎంత అంటే మనకి 1 hour and 15 minutes. 1 hour and 15 minutes ఇంక్లూడింగ్ ద హాల్ట్ టైం. నడియా జంక్షన్ లో ఏదైతే హాల్ట్ తీసుకుందో ఆ హాల్ట్ తో పాటు మనం ఇంక్లూడ్ చేసి చెప్తున్నాం. సో 1 hour and 15 minutes the answer. That is the fourth option. Fifth option is the answer. 1 hour and 15 minutes. 1 hour and 15 minutes is the answer. Once again, మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి చూస్తే ఆనంద్ జంక్షన్ లో డిపార్చర్ టైం 6:45, అహ్మదాబాద్ జంక్షన్ అహ్మదాబాద్ కి 8 o'clock రీచ్ అయింది, 8 o'clock. సో ఇంక్లూడింగ్ హాల్ట్ టైం అంటే ఇక్కడ నదియా జంక్షన్ లో హాల్ట్ 2 minutes ఉంది, ఇంక్లూడింగ్ హాల్ట్ మనం మాట్లాడుతున్నాం ఇక్కడ 1 hour and 15 minutes is the answer. Next, 133. 133. What is the respective ratio between the number of passengers boarding from Vasai Road and from Ahmedabad in the train? Number of passengers boarding from Vasai Road. Vasai Road, that is 378. Ahmedabad, that is 306. 378 is to 306. 6 cancellation 51 times. 6 cancellation ikkada 350 and 13 63 times. Again 3 cancellation 21 is to 17. 21 is to 17. Therefore, the answer is first option. 134. If halt time, stopping time of the train at Vadodara is decreased by 2 minutes and increased by 23 minutes at Ahmedabad, at what time will the train reach Bhuj? Okay, the starting time manaki ikkada Vadodara is decreased by Vadodara actually 5 minutes all time ఉంది, that is decreased by 2 minutes. 2 minutes decrease చేస్తే 2 minutes decrease చేస్తే that is అక్కడ 2 minutes మనకి యాడ్ అవుతుంది అండ్ ఇంక్రీస్డ్ బై 23 minutes. 23 minutes యాడ్ అయితే అహ్మదాబాద్ లో ఇక్కడ ఆల్రెడీ 8:20 రీచ్ అవుతుంది, 8:20కి డిపార్చర్ ఇక్కడ. ఓకే, దెన్ ట్రైన్ రీచ్ భుజ్. భుజ్ ఎప్పటికి రీచ్ అవుతుంది చూడండి, అసలు మనకి 5:40కి రీచ్ అవుతుంది. బట్ మనకి ఇక్కడ వదోదర ద టైమ్ స్టాప్ హాల్టింగ్ టైమ్, if the halting time of the train Vadodara is decreased by 2 minutes, 2 minutes decrease చేస్తే వదోదరాలో ఇక్కడ యాక్చువల్ గా 5 minutes ఉంది, 5 minutes లో 2 minutes decrease చేస్తే ఆ 2 minutes మనకి యాడ్ అవుతుంది. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ ఇక్కడ ఇంక్రీజ్ చేస్తున్నాం 23 minutes, అహ్మదాబాద్ లో 23 minutes ఇంక్రీజ్ చేస్తున్నాం. 23 minutes ఇంక్రీజ్ అయితే ఇంకొక ఎక్స్ట్రా పడుతుంది, 23 minutes ఎక్స్ట్రా. ఇక్కడ 2 minutes లెస్, ఇక్కడ 23 minutes ఎక్స్ట్రా, అంటే టోటల్లీ 21 minutes ఎక్స్ట్రా టైం పడుతుంది. 21 minutes ఎక్కడికి మనకి రీచ్ అవుతుంది అంటే 5:40కి 21 minutes యాడ్ చేయాలి. ఇప్పుడు మనం 5:40కి 21 minutes యాడ్ చేస్తే 6:01. Therefore, the answer is 6:01 p.m. second option. Next, 135. Distance between which two stations is second lowest? Distance between which two stations is the second lowest? ఇక్కడ డిస్టెన్స్ 42, ఇక్కడ డిస్టెన్స్ మనం అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తే 215. ఇక్కడ డిస్టెన్స్ అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తే మనకి దట్ ఈస్ 18. వాడు అడిగింది క్వశ్చన్ ఏంటంటే సెకండ్ లోయెస్ట్ కావాలి, సెకండ్ లోయెస్ట్. ఇక్కడ డిఫరెన్స్ చూస్తే ఇక్కడ మనకి 22 ప్లస్ అదొక 14, 22 ప్లస్ 14 36. సెకండ్ లోయెస్ట్ ఇస్ వదోదర అండ్ ఆనంద్. వదోదర అండ్ ఆనంద్ ఇస్ ద సెకండ్ లోయెస్ట్. ఫస్ట్ లోయెస్ట్ ఇస్ ఇక్కడ డిఫరెన్స్ చూస్తే మనకి ఇక్కడ చాలా ఎక్కువ ఉంది డిఫరెన్స్, లోయెస్ట్ కావాలి మనకి, ఇక్కడ డిఫరెన్స్ 46. So very clear that first lowest is 18, second lowest is 36. Second lowest is 36 between Vadodara and Anand Junction. Anand Junction to Vadodara. That is fourth option. 136. Okay. Study the pie chart and table carefully to answer the question that follow. Pie chart showing percentage-wise distribution of cars in 4 different states. Distribution of cars. 14%. Total number of cars is 700. 14 sevens are 98. This is. And state 2, 28 sevens. 20 sevens 140. 8 sevens are 56. 196. And state 3, 32%. 30, 210 to 224. And 7, 26. 175 plus 7, 180. 26 sevens. Yeah. 140 plus 42, 182. This is the total number. 700 that will be distributed according to the pie chart. And diesel engines and diesel engineering cars and petrol cars, state 1 3:4 ratio. 98 7 parts చేయాలి. 98 7 parts చేస్తే each part is 7, each part is 14, this is 42, and this is 14 fours are 56, together 42 plus 56 98, and 196 that will be divided in the ratio of 14. 14 అంటే 5 14s are 70, 70, and 9 14s 126, 126 plus 70 that gives 196. 224 8 parts, 8 parts చేస్తుందని 28, 28, 28 5s are 140, 28 3s are 84, and 1:1 ratio 91 91, 91 91. So what is the question? What is the difference between the number of diesel engine cars in state 2? State 2 diesel engine cars is 70, and the number of petrol engine cars in state 4. State 4 petrol engine 91, and the difference is 91 70, that is 21. The answer is 21. 21 is second option. Second option is the answer. Next, 137. Number of petrol engine cars in state 3. Number of petrol engine cars in state 3. So distribution మళ్ళీ మొత్తం పోయింది. Yeah. So table డ్రా చేస్తేనే better. Yes. State 1 98, 1 98, 2 98, 28 sevens 196, and 3 224, and 4 182. Okay, so both petrol engine and diesel engine, diesel and petrol. Distribution ratio 3:4 కాబట్టి 7 parts 42 56, and 1:1 91 91, and 5:3 8 parts 28 5s are 140 84, and 5:9 14 parts 14 14s 70 126. Very good. Yeah. Number of petrol engine cars in state 3 is what percent more than the number of diesel engine cars in state 1? Petrol engine cars in state 3. State 3 petrol engine cars 84 is what percentage more than the diesel engine cars in state 1? So what percentage more అని అడుగుతున్నాడు. ఇక్కడికి డబుల్ ఉంది, 100% more. Therefore the answer is 100% more. So 42 diesel engine cars in state 1, petrol engine cars in state 3 84, double ఉంది 200%. 200% అంటే 100% more. Therefore the answer is 100% more. What percent more అంటున్నాడు? 100% more. First option is the answer. Very clear that answer is first option. 138. If 25% of the diesel engine cars in state 3 and are AC and the remaining cars are non-AC, what is the number of diesel engine cars in state 3 which are non-AC? Diesel engine cars 25% is in state 3 are AC. Diesel engine cars in state 3 25% 35. దీంట్లో క్యాల్కులేట్ చేయాలి. స్టేట్ 3 డీజిల్ ఇంజిన్ కార్స్ నాన్ ఏసీ కావాలి మనకి. నాన్ ఏసీ కావాలంటే దట్ ఈస్ 105. 140 is the total number of diesel engine cars in state 3. దీంట్లో 25% 35 తీసేస్తే therefore remaining 105 diesel engine cars that is non AC. Next, 139. What is the difference between the total number of cars in state 3 and the total number of petrol engine cars in state 2? Difference between the total number of cars in state 3, number of petrol, total number of cars in state 3. Total number of cars in state 3 is 224, and petrol engine cars in state 2. State 2 petrol engine cars 126. Subtract just 8, that is 98. 98 is the answer. Fifth option. 140. So what is the average number of petrol engine cars in all the state together? Petrol engine cars all the state together. Average కావాలంటున్నాడు. So add చేస్తే 6 plus 6 12 15 6, this is 10 17 1, that is 18 plus 17 35, 357 by 4. Yeah. 360 అయితే 90 వచ్చేది. 360 అయితే 90 వచ్చేది. 89.25. Therefore, the answer is 89.25. Second option is the answer. So, okay. What are remaining? Inka? That is yes, 105. Yeah, this is remaining. Refer to the graph and answer the given questions. The data regarding the number of furniture sold by shop A, B, C in 5 months. Very clear that. What is the respective ratio between the total number of furniture sold by shop C in April and May together? Shop C, triangle. April and May together. Triangle and April and May together, that is 180 to 20. What is the respective ratio between total number of furniture sold by shop C, April and May? Triangle, April and May, that is 180 and 220, 400. And shop B, same months together. Shop B, circle, same months together. 270, 350, that is 620. 620. Therefore, ratio is 20 cancellation, 20 is to 31. 20 is to 31. Therefore, fourth option is the answer. Next, 106. So, what is the difference between the total number of furniture sold in the month of January by shop A and B together to that of month of February in the same shops together? Month of January A and B. A and B square and circle January. January. Alage February. January A and B together and these two 490. 490. These two, yeah, 600. Difference is 110. Difference is 110. First option is the answer. Next one, 107. 107. Number of furniture sold by B in the month of March is what percentage of the furniture sold by shop A and C together in the same months? B in March. B in March is 250. Is what percentage of 320? A and C together. 250 is what percentage of 320? Into 100. Zeros get cancelled. 4 cancellation 25. 25, 8, 625 by 8. 7 times 7 8s are 56. 68 times 1 by 8. 78 1 by 8 percentage. Okay. Next. 108. The total number of furniture sold by all the shops together in June was 20% less than that of the previous month. Previous month total chesthe manaki ikkada 750. May, that is June ki previous month. 220, 280, 500. 220, 280, 500 plus 850. 850. That is 20% less than what was the total number of furniture sold by? 20% less and 170, 170 and 680. Therefore, the answer is 680. Fifth option. Next, 109. Number of employees, both male and female in organizations O is what percentage? Refer to the pie chart and answer the given question. Distribution of number of employees, both male and female in 5 organizations in 2013. Okay. So both male and female, male plus female, only male. Okay. M, N, O, P, Q. Okay. M 10% 240, both male and female. Male 15%, 15, 15s are 15, 15s are 225. 15% 225. 2400 10% 240, 1500 15% తర్వాత 15% ఇక్కడ 360, ఇక్కడ 21%, 21 24 480 plus 24 504. 28%, 30% 720, 720 లోంచి 48 తీసేస్తే 672 and 26%, 620, 26 into 24, a plus b divided by a square minus b square, 25 square 625, 624. Yeah. అక్కడ చూస్తే ఇప్పుడు n is 20%. 20% అంటే 1500 లో 20% 300 and 18%, 18 15 270 and 30% 30 450, 17% 255. Yeah. Yes. The number of employees, both male and female, in organization O is what person more than the number of male employees in organization N? Both male and female in O, that is 504, is what person more than the number of male employees in N? N 300. 300 కంటే 204 దీంతో కంపేర్ చేస్తే ఇది ఎంత పర్సెంట్ అని అడుగుతున్నాడు. 204 more by 300 into 100. Therefore, zeros get cancelled. Zeros get cancelled. 6 times 8 times 68%. Therefore, the answer is 68%. Fifth option. Next one, 110. So what is the difference between the total number of male employees in organizations M and O together and the total number of female employees in the same organization together? M and O together. M and O together. Difference between total number of male employees M and O together. M and O 225, 270, that is 495. And the total number of female employees in the same organization. Same organization female employees అంటే ఇక్కడ 15, ఇక్కడ 234, 15 234 female employees, 15 234, 15 plus 234, 234 plus 15, 249. So therefore 6, yeah, 4, 246 is the answer. Fifth option. Next, 111. What is the central angle corresponding to the number of employees, both male and female, in the organization P? Both male and female, 28%, 28, 36, 28, 3.6. So that is 100.8. Therefore, the answer is 100.8. Third option. Next, 112. 50% of the number of employees, both male and female, in organization Q are science graduates. 50% of the employees, both male and female, are science graduate. 312 science graduates. If the number of female employees, female science graduates, female science graduate employees in organization Q is 159. Dintlo 159 or female. So therefore, remaining male 153 or male. What is the question? What percentage of the male employees in are science graduate in organization Q? What is organization Q? Organization Q lo 255, out of which 153 are male. So 153 male out of 255 into 100. 17 cancellation 9 times, so 17 cancellation 15 times. Therefore, 3/5 of 100 is 60%. Therefore, the answer is 60%.